Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? Hope you're all doing fabulous. I know you're doing well. I got freshly squeezed orange juice and the grapes. And I'm not, this was full right up to here. So I did about 6 oranges and 1 grapefruit. And not feeling too good after that. I almost felt like I was gonna expel again. But everything's staying down, and so far so good. So hope you guys are doing well. It feels like it's been a while since I sat down and just kind of talked with you. And I'm so happy for a lot of you guys out there. You're kind of finding your path, and you're doing your own thing. You're testing it on yourself, and that's the biggest thing, is once you apply it on yourself and just do something different, that's when you'll start feeling the results. And pardon me, I got like some, I don't know if it's mucus or what, but today I just want to kind of sit down with you guys and talk with you about the detox symptoms. And some of you may be new to this, and you may not, you may be kind of just testing the waters, and you're not sure what's going on, and why is this girl eating so much fruit, and what's going on here? So I get where a lot of you guys are coming from. You may not be, fully into this, and that's cool. But if you are suffering right now with a health issue, sometimes you got no time, and you just kind of have to get in it and just start getting into bringing in the body as many fruits and vegetables as possible, juicing, just getting these healthy foods in the body any way you can, and whichever fruit you like. Some people, can't don't have grapes right now, and you just do the best you can. And this is about, de-stressing too, and kind of trying to calm yourself down. And I know a lot of you out there, sometimes you may be kind of freaking out because you don't know what to do, but I would just say, just start bringing in any fruits or vegetables that you like. And some people, they, maybe it may be too much for them to go into the higher fruits like what I'm doing. Grapefruit and oranges and lemons can be quite astringent, even the grapes for some people. So if you're not feeling too good with what foods that you're bringing in, then that's okay. You don't have to kind of do what I'm doing. Find what works for you. I would say if you're freaking out and you're not feeling too good with these types of fruits, the melons, the grapes, the berries, that's okay. Even just, tone it down to just doing some green juices, or having some salads, or having, going down to even, I would say, butternut squash, and just doing like a light, warm kind of soup. I know, like where I am in Canada, it may be hard for some people in these colder climates. So I'm pretty like easy going, you guys. I'm not all about, has to be this way, or, it's my way or the highway type thing. Find what works for you, and just do the best you can with the environment you're in. I'm not, unless you're in like a really bad health state, then I would say you gotta go for the, go for the gold, and you can't really mess around at this time. But some people, like me, I just right away jumped in the deep end and just went right into the lemons and the grapes, and it kind of shocked me, because it was just so much energy and force and awareness at one time. So it was quite, and I wasn't prepared for it. And so when you're giving the body these higher vibrational foods that are hit from the sun, it can shake you up, and it can tear you down, and it can rip you apart. And that can freak one out. So it's okay if you gotta like tone it down. And especially a lot of us out there, our adrenal glands and kidneys are hit so hard. So when you're putting someone like right on the fruit, it can open you up and just start exposing all of your emotions and your, your thoughts and whatnot. So that's okay if you got to kind of tone it down and ease on the gas a little. You may have to just go back to eating some, some soups or some steamed veggies or, sweet potato, whatever. Whatever it is, find your balance. This is what I'm about. It's finding a balance for you and not freaking out. It's okay if, you got to take a step back just to kind of calm yourself down, calm your adrenal glands down. If you find that your emotions are kind of overtaking you and it's just like too much for you with the high fruit at this time, maybe try to just work on your adrenal glands. I really like Dr. Morse's Heal All tea for the adrenal glands. If you don't want to go into any of the, the tinctures or the glandulars, then I would say just find like a herbal tea, non-caffeinated, and just start working on those adrenal glands. That's the emotional gland. So if you find, you're just kind of freaking out at this time, try to work on those adrenal glands because that's the emotions that maybe just kind of overtaking you. We need to kind of work on those, calm those down. But also you can kind of step back into maybe just doing some green juices. I am a big fan of green juices, you guys. I love the chlorophyll. I love those greens, especially for those dealing with heavy metal toxicity. The greens can be very beneficial for you. So try not to freak out. Try to just find your Zen time and some peaceful time to yourself. Whether you gotta like get out of work and just, go out and for a walk and just listen to some calming music. Find that some people, they need to just find their Zen hour and just kind of step out of the mind, out of the body, and just come into the present moment and just observe and stop thinking. This past week, I have had a lot of balls thrown at me, you guys. And it just goes to show me that this battle is a lot more than I ever expected. And, my brother's friend, he recently passed away from a heart attack. And I know a lot of them, what I'm dealing with is a lot of them feel that it's nothing to do with diet. And even another case that I've come into contact with just this past week is acids in the brain with dementia and Alzheimer's. And I'm realizing, you guys, this is a bigger battle. This is this is the mind that we kind of, other people's minds that you can get sucked into. So try to watch for that. Try to separate yourself as much as you can from getting, because when you go on the fruit, you can become very sensitive. And if you're not careful, you can get pulled into other people's energies. And then you can actually feel what these people are going through. And I'm very familiar with that myself. Just being a sensitive person and going on the fruit, I can actually be very sensitive and start feeling what other people are feeling. And with dementia and Alzheimer's, like heart attacks, and where I am up north, I'm realizing that I was put maybe in this northern climate, being in a family that owns a meat market. I was, I think I know why I was put in this situation. And northern climates, we got the heavy meats, the fast food, and a lot of people are using drugs and alcohol to take them out of reality. And so I'm realizing that this is a much bigger battle than I realized. And we're dealing with not only the drugs, the chemicals in the food, but people relying on big pharmaceuticals for their answer. And realizing, and then just chasing doctors and disease, and it's nothing to do with your diet. And I've realized that all along, but now with just dealing with families and friends and what's going on, and realizing so many people are suffering out there with health issues, I realize that this is much bigger. And I need to, if each one of us, just starts to be the change in your own world, that can make a huge difference. And I know it can be hard because you're kind of going against society. You're kind of being that one person going on the own path. But I realize that those who follow the crowd usually get lost in it. So when you are following the crowd, you can't even see what's going on or hear yourself. And what I realize is it's better to walk alone than walk with the crowd that's going in the wrong direction. So just keep that in mind, that you may have to be the change in your world. You may have to be that person. And what I'm going to do for you guys is let's all work together. Let's get stronger by bringing in the fruits and working on our adrenal glands. That's the emotional gland. And also stepping back and learning to have your own time to conserve your energy. It's really important in dealing in all this, all these situations. Try not to get pulled too much into it as well. But being the change is one of the greatest things that you can do, and helping yourself first. You know, just like putting in the plane, they always tell you put your oxygen mask on first and then help your kids and your family, because you can't help someone unless you take care of yourself first. So that's really important. Working on your adrenal glands, working on your physical body, getting through some of these emotions, learning to detach and become in the present moment. The mind is what I'm finding is one of the biggest battles. Your mind can either be a paradise or a war zone with your thoughts. So try to just observe, stop thinking, and try not to follow your thoughts, because they will take you, and even other people's thoughts. What we do is, in this world, before there's a physical world, there's the mental world. So what you think of, you can create. You have that thought in your mind of what you want to create, and then you can bring it to this physical world. But what I'm finding is that there's so much battle in the mind, and even just your own thoughts can be your own battle or your paradise. And we just have to be careful on where we're putting our focus, because whatever you put your focus on will grow. So I like to say, do we want to grow flowers, or do we want to grow weeds? So if you find you have these negative thoughts coming in, or there's just too many people talking in your ear negatively, you may have to detach yourself and change your focus. Focus on someone that's uplifting you, supporting you, and find things that are going to bring you happiness in this life. We can't really get lost in other people's minds and their thoughts. And this is a battle that they're going on themselves on their own path. And that's what I'm finding, is so many people get tied into their belief systems, and that's locking them in. And they get used to habits and doing the same thing over and over and over and not changing. And that's where I find the biggest growth that you can have in your life is just changing your path, just doing something different and not following what everyone else is doing, and kind of breaking these belief systems, breaking these thoughts and these programs, and just questioning everything. Just so many people can get lost in the mind game of, this doctor is right, I believe them because they're a nice person. Well, that's great. They may be a nice person and they may have the white coat on, but do they know what's best for you? And sometimes you have to take a step back and, turn to nature, really. Turn to simplicity. And that's health. Health is simple. Health is giving the body fresh fruits, vegetables, juicing. Giving your body health is very simple. It's not complex. And if we keep following all these people, we're going to get lost in the information. We're going to get lost in the crowd. We're not going to be able to see truth. So you may have to step back. You may have to find your peaceful place where you can just, be one with yourself and be in the present moment, and kind of get out of all these thoughts and conditioning and these programs and what everybody's telling you in your ear. And what happened with me last November is I had to, with my mind, it was like my computer, if we want to call it the mind, actually crashed, and it needed to, because I needed to reset everything I've been told. I needed to take out all the programming, all the conditioning, everything I've been told, and almost press the reset button and say, let's just swipe the clean, like start fresh and say, okay, what do I know is true? It's all about first starting with your own self and getting yourself strong so that we can go out there and show the world what you can do. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, start your own path and get yourself strong. This is what my channel is all about. We got a great group here, and I want to thank you guys for, helping each other out in the comment section too. I'm not always there to respond and get you a quick answer right away, so that I see other people responding. And thank you guys. That really, really helps me out, and you guys really helping each other, and it's just got a great group here. And I love all my bees out there. You guys are doing fabulous. So this is about, working on our physical bodies, working on our emotions. Sometimes we got to deal with our own karma and kind of turning the clock back. But when you do, you become stronger. And then you can be the example and make changes in your own world. So don't freak out. This just allow the process. Trust the process, and you'll be doing well. So thank you guys. And as always, be alkaline, be yourself, and be getting in some raw food today. Cheers.